Hello and welcome to DXB Today, where today we are going to be discovering new technologies, digital realities, and exploring new frontiers in science and tech.
On today's adventure, we are talking to Dubai's finest, from genius entrepreneurs to inspiring tech experts. On Dubai.
And we're going to see what our guest co-host thinks, because she's an NFT expert using technology to connect industry professionals and learners to upskill the workforce. But who is she?
Hi there, I'm Sallyann Della Casa, the founder of GLEAC, and what a privilege it is to be here today.
I know some people who would like to talk about that alien conversation a little longer. For a long time, we used to think that going to space was futuristic, but there is a lot of futuristic tech and AI developments right here on Earth. Sallyann, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the work you do at GLEAC and how technology plays a part in that?
Absolutely. So we were a traditional Web2 industry expert network platform where you can book time with the world's leading experts. And we crossed that bridge into the Web3 space by launching industry experts' time through NFT technology. So you can buy an NFT and spend 5 hours with the world's leading experts, and anything that is co-created within those sessions, you can further tokenize it, you can create intellectual property off of it. And this is where I think most businesses who have a traditional product and want to kind of dab their feet into emerging technologies, I think blockchain and NFT technology will impact everyone, indirectly or directly. And this is what we did with our lovelyhumans.io project from GLEAC.
NFTs are becoming increasingly popular with artists. Our next guest is the curator of an NFT collection that's bringing both classic and modern masterpieces into the digital world. Please welcome Anna Seaman from the Morrow Collective. Hey, Anna, thanks so much for joining us today. Nothing confuses me more than NFTs, especially in the art space, so I am glad that you're here. I get confused. What's the difference between me seeing a digital art piece, taking a screenshot, and feeling like I have some sort of sense of ownership of it? Because I know that's what you focus on.
Ownership is the key word. You can take a screenshot of a JPEG, you can take it from the internet, right-click save. That doesn't mean that you own it. Essentially, NFT technology uses blockchain to give each digital file a code, a unique code, which therefore makes it unique. Therefore, if you want to own it, you have to buy the NFT. So this same digital image can exist in multiple places, all over the internet, on everyone's phone, but only one person will own it, and that's the key.
But what does that mean for you if you are the owner? How is that profitable? How is that a good investment?
Well, in terms of art, so art, for the longest time, digital art has not had a way of bringing value to it because of this. Because if you're a photographer and your photograph is on the internet, there is no value attached to it because everyone can just have it. So the idea of an NFT solves that problem, because even though it still exists everywhere, there's only one owner, meaning that if you want to profit from it, sell it, you have to buy this NFT. And the other thing about NFT technology is that it's a digital ledger. So every time it changes hands, that is recorded on the blockchain. Therefore, the price history, the provenance, and all these things to do with the art world are solved using NFTs.
I have a quick question for you about that. So would you say using digital art and creating NFTs out of art is kind of replacing the Web2 version of royalties? Like when I go on iStock or any of those traditional platforms and I don't own, I pay a royalty fee to be able to utilize that. So is the NFTs replacing that traditional, those traditional platforms where you pay royalty fees to a third party, and maybe now you're doing it to the artist directly?
Well, yes and no. In the art world, until now, there has been no way to gain royalties as the creator of an artwork. Like you make a painting, you sell it once, or any kind of artwork, you profit from that. But then when it goes onto the secondary market, and say you become really popular in 10 years' time, you're never profiting from those huge sales. But within NFTs, you can use something called a smart contract. So you can embed the royalty in that contract, meaning every time it changes hands, the royalties go back to the creator. So it is a real game changer in the way art is made, bought, and sold.
So tell us a little bit about the art that you deal and you dabble with. Is it only NFTs? Is it only in its NFT form, or does it sometimes come with a real physical art piece and it serves as a sort of certificate?
Good question. So Morrow Collective was born from a traditional art background. And we founded ourselves in 2021 to introduce the concept that traditional art world structure will happen in the NFT space. So as Morrow, we only work with NFTs, but we do bring traditional artists into the space, showing them how they can use their practice to move into the digital realm. So they may have a physical painting that they animate, for example, and make it into an NFT. That's just one example.
Just a quick one on the value of this art. How would you value an NFT?
It's like the most popular question. And my answer is, in the traditional space, traditional world, you build up your collector base, you build up your value over time. But in NFTs, everyone kind of starts from zero. So it will take time to properly balance out, I think, because also NFTs exploded onto the market and everybody thought they're going to be a millionaire overnight. So the pricing question is based on subjectivity, what someone is willing to pay. But as an artist, we always advise people to stay within their trajectory, you know?
Now, how do you, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. How do you convince traditional art collectors to shift their focus from what they might originally invest into a canvas to an NFT?
Probably the biggest challenge, honestly, because we have a whole new ecosystem emerging, a new language, a new technology. The people who buy art traditionally maybe have no idea what this is. Why would I buy it? Why would I buy something intangible? Why would I buy a JPEG? How do I sell it? What value does it have? All these questions that we've talked about. And so one of the biggest challenges we have is educating the market. We're still in the early days, and it is still evolving, but it's evolving quickly. So
Anna Steedman, thank you so much for coming on DXB today.
Thank you.
We are going to be delving deeper into the world of NFTs in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. We're with tech entrepreneur Sallyann. She is in an exclusive club of 4% women globally who have a pending tech patent. Sallyann, tell us why female empowerment in tech is just so important.
So I think a lot of times there are very few women in tech, first of all, and I don't like the word empowerment. I said I think we are empowered
Already, yes,
but
we
I think
are,
women
indeed.
choosing tech as the means of expression of how we express, our the different business that we are in has, it's a very tiny percentage. It's important because technology is what is actually going to drive our ability to scale anything in the world. And, if I look at, the work that we do, and even my patent, the fact that I'm one of 4% of women, that's embarrassing. Women invent stuff all the time. We are way more ingenious than the boys and creative than the boys.
Not gonna
Thanks
argue
for the
with you.
drive-by.
And the fact that there are so few female sole inventors is mind-blowing. That's the reason why I always talk about it. That's something we're actually looking to shift. So as part of our NFT collection, one of our indicators is creating patents for the Middle East. The Middle East has so little patents overall, which are economic indicators of prosperity. So, it's important.
So what do you think the solution is to this problem that obviously not a lot of women are in tech? Do you think it's starting from the schools, so making sure that special programs to get coding into elementary schools, making sure that more girls are doing it? Or do you think it's something that women now need to try and start to get into?
So I don't know how to code, and I'm a woman in tech, right? So I think many times we make the assumption that you need to know, my tech team, they're scared if I learn how to code. Right? I'll come and check everybody's code, right? So I think it's embracing the fact that, women always generally don't like to put their feet in things. They don't feel 100%. The I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And tech is very vague and it's moving and shifting. And I think it's the ability of women to accept risk and be able to go, I'm probably never going to grasp this, but I can operate successfly within this space. So it's that mindset.
Do you think that that's also the reason that women earn so much less than men, that we're much more accommodating and, as you said, risk adverse?
Yeah.
I know we're kind of throwing the subject off here.
Yeah, so in terms of, in the tech space and the NFT space, for example, I'll say to you, my females, they're priced exactly like the males for industry expertise. And, that pay unequal conversation, whether it's in the Web3 space, Web2 space, in terms of tech, it's really one about women's inability overall to negotiate hard for themselves.
I have a quick question for you. I'm probably going to sound really stupid for saying this. I have no idea about tokenizing.
Yeah.
Could you please explain that to someone who's like, say, a 3-year-old?
Absolutely. So let's start from the simple, it's NFT technology.
Okay.
And NFT is just like code. And if you don't know what code is, you know how we write our language? In tech, you have different languages like C#, JavaScript. So NFT technology is just code that attaches things, could be art, could be wisdom, to blockchain. And I will have to explain blockchain for terms of tokenization. Blockchain, really simply to an 8-year-old, it's a notebook that we write in, but you can't scratch anything out or rip any pages out.
Okay.
It's the perfect notebook. So now go back to what are the things that I want to attach to the perfect notebook. And NFT technology, when you do that, you create a unique token.
There you go.
All right, and my question is, because we touched on the art aspect with Anna earlier, I want to know about utilization. I know that sometimes when you get an NFT, you actually join a certain club, you get special benefits that are not just a pretty picture.
Yeah, so most of the NFT, last year we had a huge crash in the market. If you actually go and look, it's NFTs that did not have utility. So utility means, is there a use for the NFT beyond the surface level, right? That's a simple, and the utilities can fall into different tracks. So in the art world, let's take Bored Ape, right? Everybody is very familiar, that's the one that's doing really, really well still. The utility of Bored Ape is not only are you part of a particular club, but any partnerships, so any partnerships they do for film, for product, for merchandising, you participate in the profits of that. That would be an example. For in mine, Lovely Humans, the utility is you have 5 hours of time with the experts. Whatever you co-create in that time, you can co-create patents. You can further tokenize it and go into business together. So these are all utilities, and this is where the real value is.
All right, well, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Sallyann. But of course, we're not going to let you go just yet.
Yes. It is time to see how much exactly we picked up from today's show. You've got DXB in 60. I'm going to be asking you a few questions in 60 seconds. Are you ready?
And what if I fail?
There's no failing.
Is there like a
Sure.
button
No
that
failing.
ejects me from the seat?
All right, let's have your 60 seconds start now. First question on today's show, we explore the future of technology or sports.
Technology.
Correct. Which tech billionaire's take on the future did we feature on today's episode? Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos?
Elon.
Correct again. Elon Musk is the CEO of SpaceX or Amazon?
SpaceX.
Oh my goodness, correct again. Which event in Dubai was Elon Musk speaking at? World Government Summit or the STEP Conference?
World Government Summit.
Goodness, nothing wrong. Who among us was reporting from the summit? Dina or Faris?
Faris.
Another right. Our guest Anna Seaman is an expert in cryptocurrencies or NFTs.
NFTs.
NFTs, correct. What does NFT mean? Non-fungible token or non-feasibility transfers?
A non-fungible token.
Anna curates NFTs of popular art or music?
Art.
Art is correct. What is the name of the NFT curatorship she co-founded? Moro Collective or Digital Arts of Today?
Moro Collective.
Goodness, time is up. She got it all correct, and that's 9 questions.
Wow, very well done. Very respectful indeed. Thank you so much, Sallyann. We'll have to have you back.
Thank you.
9 points. That's one of the highest we've had on DXB today. Very well done.
I'm a nerd.
Thank you so much, Sallyann, for joining us. We can't wait to have you back.
Thank you.